Hello and welcome. I am Mystic Rose, and tonight's live pick a card is going to be all about why do people stare at you. So, if you've noticed people's eyes on you lately and you're wondering what that's all about, what are they thinking when they're staring at you? This is the reading for you. So, there are three different eyes on the thumbnail, and you can um, look and see which eye you're most drawn to. That's one way to choose the pile that's meant for you. Another way is to choose by gemstones. So for this first one here, we've got clear crystal quartz. So if you're drawn to this clear crystal quartz, you would choose pile 1. If you're drawn to this black obsidian, you'll choose pile number 2. And then if you're drawn to this jade stone, you'll choose pile number 3. I'll give you some time to think about it. I am going to be using the Cosmic Coven deck today, along with the Denise Lynn Sacred Destiny Oracle cards, and whatever else Spirit calls me to use. And I will be using my intuition along the way and channeling Spirit. This is going to be a deep dive, so I hope that you'll enjoy. If you're joining me live, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you all being here with me. I want to give a shout out to Wolfgang Felix, Custard Baby, and Juan Camilo. Thanks for being here, and thank you for saying hi in the chat. I appreciate that. I hope you all are having a great weekend so far. I know I am. It's been a great weekend. Let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hi, Abundantly. How are you? Happy Saturday to you. It's been a great Saturday for me. I hope it has been for you as well. So, pile number 1, if you chose this clear crystal quartz or image 1 from the thumbnail, you're in the right place. All right, so I'm going to start by saying a quick little prayer to Spirit and saging the area. Spirit, please be here now with me and help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to the collective who chose pile number 1. May these messages resonate. And Spirit, as always, please speak through me. Thank you. All right, so Spirit, why are people staring at my pile number 1? What is it about them that are causing people to look at them? What is it? What is it about their energy, their aura, their looks? What is it that is causing all eyes to be on them lately? We've got the moon, judgment, okay. We've got the world, we've got the lovers, and we've got the magician. I think I'll move these up a little bit so you guys can see the whole thing. And then we've got the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups. So lots of cups energies here. And then the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Well, this is very interesting. I'm seeing a lot of cups here right away. So that tells me that you could very well be a water sign. If you're not a water sign, you could be coming across as a water sign, and people may just be kind of picking up your vibes that way. Water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And they're very, very in touch with their emotions. They have a lot of depth to them. And there's a lot of mystery about their appearance, and they kind of draw people in too. And what I'm really, really sensing from this is like we got the moon here with the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is all about like you keeping kind of to yourself, um, which is very interesting because you're coming across very much like an enigma to many people. So they're staring at you because, for one, they're trying to figure you out. They're trying to figure out like figure out your vibe, I guess, and figure out why you seem to come across as so mysterious, for one. Also, you have a lot of feminine energy here, and it doesn't matter if you are someone who is a masculine or in your divine masculine watching this, because there's a lot of feminine energy here, which just tells me that you are the type of person that is very nurturing, very, very giving, and you give others the answers that they need, the answers that people are looking for. So many people look to you for guidance, for good advice, for answers. And you have a very dreamy nature about you that people are drawn to. I'm also getting dreamer vibes, like Piscean nature here. Um, you have a beautiful face right here in the center. You have a gorgeous face. And you could have some very, very deep eyes. There could be something very special and unique about your eyes. You may even have some kind of gradation to them or flecks of gold. They could be like brown or hazel with some kind of flecks of gold or something unique about them. But whatever it is about your eyes and the color, they're very deep, and people are staring at you because they are wondering about, I guess, who you are, the very fabric of who you are. And oftentimes, what I'm seeing here too with these cards is that you may find that you attract a lot of people like a magnet to you, especially people who are either attracted to you for your looks or for some reason they can't really explain. And I think what this is really talking about is the fact that you attract people sometimes who need help. Okay, sometimes you attract people who need fixing or need help with different areas in their life. So a lot of times people are looking at you because they're hoping to get answers from you. They may think if they could only talk to you, they could figure out things. Maybe you look like a helper. You look kind of like you have like healing vibes. You could wear crystals, like crystal necklaces or crystal earrings or something like that. You have like very spiritual vibes, kind of like very pure energy. I'm getting like kind of like Stevie Nicks vibes here a little bit, very flowy. Um, yeah, I really do feel like people can look at you, and there's a lot of people looking at you, and they see that you really do stand out. You attract a lot of masculine energy. So even if it's, it doesn't matter like what gender it is, you attract just a lot of feminine, or not feminine, masculine energy because you're very feminine. It's very interesting. You have a very positive outlook on life, and people can just look at you and tell that you have a very, very positive outlook with the world there. It's like you have the ability to look at the world through rose-colored glasses, and you try not to let things get you down. So it's like you have this happiness about you, this optimistic energy about you. I'm getting too from spirit that you may like to avoid depressing things, or maybe you like to avoid bad news, like news on TV. Maybe you'll shut that off if it's bad, or Maybe you like to get news from like a Google feed or something like that where you have more control over what you're viewing, because I'm sensing that you can be very sensitive. Um, so that's what I'm picking up. Also, I'm picking up that you could have very regal vibes about you. Um, Psychic vibes, like I mentioned, like people just kind of look at you, they kind of think, "Ooh, she or he looks kind of um yeah, kind of witchy, but like not in a bad way, not like a dark. It's not like a dark, it's more of like a light energy, like a light worker or healer kind of witchy vibes, you know what I mean? But it's also a good mix of like someone who's very sexy. You could even have a very sultry voice or sultry vibe about you. And you look very, very youthful too for your age. A lot of times people can just like look at you and fall in love at first sight. And it seems like effortless how you are just making things happen. Um, Many people would like to talk to you, just kind of conversate with you and get your ideas about things. Your outlook seems to be interesting on life. You just seem like a very interesting person with the magician there. Maybe you know about manifestation. Um, I'm also sensing too that like you have, okay, this is what spirit is like showing me is that because we've got um the moon here, the moon is indicative of Pisces nature, which this is very, very interesting because Pisceans are they're the last ones in the zodiac wheel, and they have basically learned a lot of other like life lessons in other previous lifetimes. So I feel like you have this inner wisdom, old soul vibes. Like people look at you and they can just tell that you're an old soul. You've come here before and you've walked this earth plane before, and you have so much knowledge. Like you have been almost all of the other signs in the karmic wheel, because what I mean by that is like each sign has a lesson that they come here to learn. So like if you're a Capricorn, for instance, you come here to improve yourself, to reach your goals, and to work hard. Capricorns are known for their tenacity and their work ethic. So um, as a Pisces person, you have already mastered that. And even if you're not a Pisces person, you come across as somebody who has mastered many things in life. So, and also like Aries, for example, Aries come here to assert themselves in the world. And they come here and they take on a lot of initiative and they're self starters, and they have a lot of passion and zest for life. So when people look at you, they see that you also embody these kinds of characteristics or traits. And then Taurus people come here for like stability or learning how to devote yourself to things. And people that you really love, they're also very much into like security and things like that. And Gemini, for instance, are here to learn to express their truth and speak their truth. So many people, when they look at you, they feel like you're the kind of person that really speaks your truth when it's needed, and you know how to do it in a gentle way that's assertive but not aggressive. And Cancers come here to create memories. They're very nostalgic. They're all about like childhood memories. Cancers are all about security as well, and they come here to learn deep lessons about like how to experience deep emotions, and they're very deeply sensitive. So and then we've got Leo, and Leos are like very confident. They're very exuberant with their personalities. And so many people see you as like somebody who kind of embodies all of these things of the zodiac wheel. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So like with that moon there, the Pisces nature, that's what people are seeing in you, is like that mastery, this like soul mastery. It's very interesting. So you've mastered all of basically all of the other like traits of all of the other signs. So you're very multi-dimensional as a person. And that's why people stare at you, because you are quite a master in many things. And like you may have like remembrances even from like past lives that you don't even know how you can do something. It's very interesting to me. But yeah, so each sign, I don't want to go through all of them, but um each sign though has lessons to learn here, and you show this kind of mastery. It is very interesting. So that's one reason why all eyes are on you. People look to you for answers, and they love your positive vibes. You have like a cheerfulness about you too. There's kind of overall cheerfulness, happiness, but it's all very deep. You're not a superficial person at all. Like with these cups here, what I'm seeing is like you'd rather talk about deep subjects than like lofty things like, you know, the weather or things that you feel like don't really matter. You'd rather prefer to talk about deep subjects. Also, what I'm picking up here too is that you could be like, this is kind of reminding me of like a beacon of light. I feel like you could be a beacon, like a psychic beacon or like a healer type of person that, if you think about a beacon, it's like something that can sometimes attract people who have a lot of things they need to work on, or almost like people who feel like sometimes they're emotionally drowning or whatever. You may get people like this that look to you for help. So that's why a lot of people are looking at you. Because yeah, sometimes you may find that negative people are attracted to you because oftentimes they want help for one thing, but also sometimes some of the most negative people want to feed off your energy. So it's just a good important reminder to like protect yourself, because you're very magnetic to a lot of different types of people. So just know that you are fully protected, but it doesn't hurt to do grounding exercises and to fully protect yourself. And it seems like too, like, you know, you have this loving, sweet, and almost like motherly, like Cancerian vibes. I'm seeing like the Page of Cups reminds me of like Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. So I talked about the Pisces. I want to hit on the Cancerian vibes a little bit. Even if you are not a Cancer sign individual, people are looking at you because, one, a lot of people think you would make a really great mother, or that you do make an excellent mother. Or even if you are a masculine watching this, that could translate to like, fatherly, even though that's kind of a different energy. But either way, you're very, very giving, very maternal, and extremely open. You're somebody who just doesn't judge people. You are also somebody who likes to try new things. Okay. Um, like maybe you like to try new foods or new ways of doing things, new hobbies. And like I see too that you don't like when people are shallow or like bad behavior. You don't tolerate that kind of stuff very well. That's what I'm really sensing. And like it can really upset you when people act like that. You just like to have peace and everybody getting along too. What I'm sensing here too is that you can be very sympathetic with people. You have so much sympathy for animals, for people. You can almost be a little bit too kind sometimes, or too nice, but just remember to balance that and you'll be fine. It's very easy to like elicit a smile from you, because I do feel like maybe even easy to elicit a laugh from you too, because I'm kind of getting that. I'm getting giggly and I don't know why. But yeah, I'm kind of feeling like it might be easy to like, I feel like that's spirit's way of saying it's easy to get you to laugh or smile. You just have a cheerful nature. And people really enjoy being around you. You're one of those people that's very psychic naturally. You have a lot of innate gifts. You were born this way. And some people have to work on their psychic gifts, over time, but I feel like you were born with some kind of raw, natural psychic abilities. And this is why people are staring at you, is because they kind of want answers. They want to know what you know, they want to know how you know things. I do feel too, just like kind of getting this, that a lot of different people can have or develop crushes on you. And a lot of people too may not want to approach you because they may assume that you're already taken because, like, as I said in the beginning, you've got dreamy vibes, like almost like dream girl or like dream guy, very dreamy vibes. Like a lot of people assume you're already taken, and maybe you are. But you still have like a lot of people developing crushes on you. And what's really interesting too is that you kind of have like ethereal vibes where you sort of look like a fairy in a way, like almost like an elemental or a fairy. It's kind of like a magical look, something very magical about you. It's like you're exuding this light, which you may or may not even be aware of. Now, I want to go into the Sacred Destiny Oracle and see what we can gather from the Sacred Destiny Oracle cards. All right, so Spirit, why else are people staring at my pile number 1? Why else are people staring at my pile number 1? Security. Okay, and what else? Relaxation, forgiveness. Okay, so many people think that you can provide security for them. Like I was talking about how you're like a psychic beacon to many people, or like a lot of broken people. You may attract a lot of broken people onto you. What they're searching for from you is like answers, but also security. And also they think that you can somehow like help them to relax, especially if they're like prone to stress. You may just have like a very calming presence about you, or a calming voice about you, or something about your aura really puts people at peace. And also you are so forgiving. You can almost too forgiving sometimes. Like you can take a lot. If you know people are really, really sorry, you will forgive them. You have such a kind heart. I really like this about you. But I will say that Spirit is telling me that you've had to learn boundaries, okay? About putting up boundaries with other people so that people don't take advantage of your kindness, because you're a really kind and open person. What else, Spirit? Miracles. I feel like, yeah, people are looking to you for almost like miracles, illumination. They know that you know things. I don't know if I said this or not, but Spirit is telling me that you could have some kind of like, along with like wearing spiritual things, you could have a tattoo that is a spiritual tattoo. This card flew out, so I might as well share it with you. It's the potential. You have a lot of potential. People think that about you. And they stare at you because they do see a lot of potential in you for growth, for helping them grow. And so many things are standing out here. I'm almost wondering if I should do the Carolyn Mace cards too for my pile 1. All right, so why else are people... This should be fun. I'm just going to draw a couple of these too. All right, so why else are people staring at my pile 1? Child magical. Yes. Oh my gosh, I have chills right now, you guys. People see the potential. Oh my gosh, what the heck? I'm like, oh my gosh, this says potential. This says seeing the potential. Can you see that, guys? If I hold that up to the camera, can you see that? I have chills, serious chills right now. Potential. And I just said that people are seeing your potential, and I can't make this up. People are seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things in you. You are like the child magical. It's like, and do you remember how I said fairy energy? Look at that. Oh my gosh. That is why people are looking at you. Wow. We also have visionary. I cannot make this up. And liberator. Wow. Okay, yeah. So people are looking at you because they feel like you can set them free. Like a torch in the darkness, like a light in the darkness. A lot of people think you have the answers they need or they seek. Many people see you as a visionary or somebody who has the capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, and a willingness to kind of like proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. You don't care about your own personal gain. You're all about helping others. Very, very unselfish here, my pile one. And many people see that about you, your giving nature, how sacrificing you can be. And it is very enigmatic. It's a mystery to so many. I feel like you're full of surprises too, because Spirit just like whispered in my ear that you are full of surprises. So I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure you do. Interesting. My pile one, I hope that you enjoyed this reading because I know I did. Spirit really came through for this reading. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you be part of my YouTube family. If you'd like a personal reading, check out my description box for information on how you can obtain a personal reading with me. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, all that information is in my description box as well. And it's never expected, but always appreciated. And I'm going to move on to pile number 2. That was amazing how Spirit came through, though, and confirmed all that stuff. Wow. Thank you so, so much, Spirit, for that. Hi, Abundantly. I'm so glad you loved this reading. And hello to everyone else who's live here with me tonight. Some of the names on here I don't even dare try to pronounce because I'll probably not be able to pronounce them, but I just wanted to say hi to everybody that's saying hi in the chat. Wolfgang Felix, High Priestess Empress. I am so glad that you enjoyed that, High Priestess Empress. Hearts to Sounds. And Chloe. All right. Oh, I'm so excited for this, for pile number 2. What I'm going to do is just light some sage and clear the energy because I do a lot of readings. And it's good to just kind of cleanse the space of any energies. And so I'm using sage. And also I will cleanse each of my decks. I use sound and knocking to cleanse my decks. I will be using the Carolyn Mace cards as well today. The Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise Lynn. And the Cosmic Coven. And we will be going into pile number 2. And I will start us out with a prayer. As always. So Spirit, please be here now with me. Help me to deliver clear, concise, and accurate messages to pile 2. All about why are people staring at them? What is it about their looks or their aura, their energy that is causing people to stare at them? So if you chose this black obsidian or the image of the very colorful sort of rainbow eye, you are in the right place. So people have been staring at you. I get this sometimes too, and it can be very disconcerting. And it makes you wonder, like, why the hell is everybody staring at me? So let's find out. Let's find out. So Spirit, please speak through me. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So I'm just shuffling until I get like a tingling sensation in my solar plexus or heart chakra area, and then I know it's time to stop. And sometimes it can take a while. But I'm already getting good vibes here from pile number 2. Getting a lot of good vibes. Whoa, whoa. Hi, Yvonne. How are you? All right. So I just got the tingling sensation. So I'm going to stop here. We've got the Temperance card, the Strength card, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. You could be an earth sign, or you could just be embodying the earth sign qualities. So we've got Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. And like I said, you may or may not be one of those signs. You could just be embodying the traits. We've got 6 of Pentacles, King of Swords. That's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you could be embodying those kinds of traits too, and people are staring at you because of that. And I'll get into that in just a bit. The Devil, ooh. Whenever I see the Devil, I'm like, oh, okay. The Tower, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. Wow. All right, let me look at these cards. And these cards are going to reveal a story about why are people staring at you. So right at the center, I see that we've got the Tower here with the Queen of Pentacles. So basically what this tells me is that you're really coming across as having this kind of toughness about you with the swords. The Ace of Swords is sometimes about like cutting people out that don't belong there. I'm getting 2 from this pile that maybe like you might have grown up around like people that might have been very like either small-minded or just maybe judgmental, or you could have just the way you grew up might not have been ideal, and it's like you wanted to get away from that kind of feeling is what I'm really getting here with the Tower and the Ace of Swords. So like kind of like you may have had to cut some negative people out of your life. And people look at you and they see this kind of toughness about you, but they see somebody also who's an intellectual type, very, very smart. And you may even like to read a lot, or at least people kind of assume this about you, that you like to read, or maybe that you like to write books or write stories or write poetry. You seem very cultured here. Maybe you like people kind of assume that you like to go to museums. You're very well balanced. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders from what I can tell, and people do kind of think that you are on the wealthier side. It's interesting too because when people look at you, they may think that you're very like well-traveled, very, very like cultured. Maybe you have visited other countries, or people think that. They kind of look to you because you look interesting. And when people speak to you, you always have something interesting to say, and you always sound very, very smart. People just kind of assume that you might have gone to a good college, or that you even might have gotten some kind of scholarship. Okay, because that can sometimes talk about scholarships. And coupled here with the sword, it's like you're very intelligent. So people, I guess, with that, what that tells me is that people might think that you're the type of person who went to a good college, or who's, headed for success. They may even think that you're very strong. Maybe they think that you are somebody who fights for social injustices or a social cause, like maybe animal advocate, or an advocate to the underdog. Um, it's very interesting too because there's some people who think that you kind of have big city vibes. Maybe you do live in a big city, but even if you live in a smaller town, people think that you have like big city vibes or I guess it's probably because of the way that you're presenting yourself here. And and when I say that, what I mean is like I'm seeing somebody who's dressing very classy or in classic things or almost like maybe a little bit like wealthy or preppy even. There's like basically two different people I'm seeing here. I'm seeing somebody who's more like classy, preppy, wearing something like maybe like what do you call it? Kind of like maybe like expensive handbags, um houndstooth, that kind of thing. And then I'm also seeing somebody who is like Aquarius vibes, who is very innovative in their dressing, the way they dress, very unconventional. Maybe they have like, you could have a septum ring or a nose ring, and you don't mind being an individual. So there's two very different types here. So you may fit into one or the other of these categories. Um, so you could be somebody who dresses very uniquely and you don't really care about, being in style. You just dress like simply with simplicity and for comfort and just to express who you are. Like you dress the way that you want to dress. Some people might even think that you're like very artistic or even like an art collector, just based on the way that you look. This kind of reminds me of somebody like purchasing something. They may assume that you make big purchases, that you do have a lot of money, coupled with your intelligence and the fact that you can talk to anybody. It's like people kind of, yeah, they can't take their eyes off of you. They want to know your secrets. Like, how do you appear so successful? And they also, it's like you are surrounded by other intellectuals too. And you're not showy. You're the kind of person that is never showy. You get a lot of respect from people with that strength card. um you get a lot of people respecting you without you even asking them to respect you. It's just by your very presence. So people are always looking at you like, who are you? You must be somebody like important or yeah, like somebody very, yeah, very important, because you look very respectable. um I'm even getting like lawyer vibes. For some of you out there, you could be in um like in studying law or something like that, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Um for some of you, like your toughness or your strength could intimidate people, and that may be why they're looking at you too, because they're kind of intimidated. Um you have like this, you can be very feisty, very scrappy when you want to be too. And sometimes you intimidate people by the way that you speak your truth. You speak your truth, you speak your mind. Um, yeah, you might have had to end it though with like people, maybe like family members or people that you don't agree with, maybe like people that are narrow minded, people that have bad ideas or bad judgments. Um, you may have had to end it with people like that. And maybe people are looking at you because they're surprised that you were able to do that, but really happy for you too that you were able to do that. Especially if you live in a small town and you know how people can talk in a small town. You just don't tolerate like yucky behavior in people. And one of the things you really hate most, from what I can tell here, is like close-minded individuals, people who just judge everybody and everything. Um But going back to like this Ace of Swords, your honesty, I feel like sometimes people think you're too honest, but they look at you because they're like, they almost can't believe it when you express yourself, how maybe how sharp your tongue can be sometimes, because you will speak your truth, especially if somebody does you wrong. You will speak up for yourself, or like speak up for your family members, or, you know, a friend or whoever. Like if somebody is getting bullied or anything like that, like you're quick to advocate for other people. You have like this emotional maturity about you. It seems like you've learned this over time. And yeah, you might have grown up around very underdeveloped people, or maybe like some kind of dysfunction, and you just didn't want that for your family. It's like you wanted something better. You wanted to provide something better. And I can totally understand, you know, why you would want to do that. Um, because you care about your loved ones and you care about yourself. And so you don't want to perpetuate like judgment or small mindedness or that kind of thing. So I see you as being very open minded, and a lot of people view you as that way too. You seem like you could be like an expert in a lot of different areas, a lot of different, like, you know, a lot about a lot of things. I'm getting like, I just heard Spirit said encyclopedia. Like some people might even think that you're like a walking, talking encyclopedia because you're very smart. And I just heard too that you are breaking some kind of like generational either tendencies or generational curses even. Um, and some people in your family, because you might have ended it with people in your family, people might kind of be thinking that, oh, you might think you're better or something like that. Maybe you were the first one in your family to go to college or to break away or to like start your own business or something like that. But like, or maybe it was just like you were the first one in your family to break away from these like really judgmental, toxic behaviors and like step away from the drama or the nonsense, you know? And like sometimes you get like people that might look at you and be like, "Oh, do you think you're better than that?" or some, you know what I mean? And they've got it all wrong. What they don't understand is like your whole story and what you went through, and how breaking away from that is the healthiest thing for you to do for yourself and your loved ones. So that's very interesting. Also, it seems like with this Tower card, you're very open to change, and you're very willing um to change when it's necessary. Maybe you don't like change, but you'll do it when it's necessary, and sometimes it is. If you're not a lawyer, I feel like you would make a very good lawyer, because that's coming back again. And it's not that you like to argue, but you make good points, you know? Like you can back it up with a lot of rationale, and you know how to make a good point. So like the lawyer vibes keep coming back. I think it's because you're really good at like advocating for yourself, or like for people that don't have a voice. So some people look at you and they think that like you sort of like march to the beat of your own drum. And this can trigger some people, like people that are not emotionally mature, um, people who maybe do not understand, you know, what you've been through. This can be triggering for some people. Let's see about the Denise Lynn Sacred Destiny cards and see what comes up. So why else are people, you know, staring at my pile too here? What is it about their energy? What is it about their aura or their looks that people are just staring at them and they can't stop staring at them? You're coming across as very powerful here. That Strength card is like really, really standing out to me. Thriving. Yeah, look at this. You're really, really shining here and you're really thriving. We got the giraffe here. I see the giraffe, and that makes me think that you have a higher perspective. I'm also seeing an image of an eagle in my mind, which is like, it kind of reminds me of Scorpio, and how Scorpios, you know, they start out as like the scorpion, and then as life progresses, with maturity, the Scorpio turns into or transforms into the eagle. And Phoenix is another reference for the Scorpio, and how Scorpios are meant to always elevate and see things from a higher perspective. And I see that like you really do see things from a higher perspective, and people see you as thriving. So yeah, you were able to get away from whatever chaos that was that maybe you grew up with and you didn't want to, you don't want to perpetuate that, but like you are in an elevated status here, So I'm seeing that definitely you're thriving. So people do want to know like your secrets. We've got community. Yeah, I was sensing that too before. Like, and look at all those butterflies. I feel like people in your community have seen you change, have seen you grow, especially if you're in a small town and people know like, where you came from and who you are now. It's like you've transformed. And with the community here, that tells me that you're all about like other people, like you're a great networker. You know the importance of networking. You know the importance of like the whole I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of thing. Like, if you're good to other people, they're going to be good to you. And it looks like here too, like you have a very supportive community. And so people kind of look to you or look at you because they're hoping to learn from you something about how you've made it, how have you made it? How are you so intellectual? Like I was saying, I think that you read a lot or you like to research or something like that. And people really want to know your secret to how you know so much and how you became so elevated. You could have had some kind of huge, like, glow up that could be your looks or even your personality, your aura. I think that because you had this personality and auric glow up, it affected how you look too on the outside, because oftentimes it's like a direct match. Um, with your insides, you're gonna mirror that or kind of like radiate that on the outside, which is very interesting. And then we've got the release. Oh wow. Wow. The tree here losing its leaves, that is powerful. That gives me chills because as like the tree grows and it becomes an adult tree with many, many leaves, sometimes it has to release the leaves it doesn't need. And I feel like this is kind of symbolic of you letting go and releasing the things that, no longer serve you. And that is normal and natural and healthy to do that. And it's like you're not afraid to do that. It's like taking out the trash when you don't need trash piling up in your house, you take it out, right? When the snake no longer needs the skin, it sheds it. It's like you're not holding on to or clinging on to garbage. The baggage, you've dropped the baggage. You don't have baggage, and people admire you. And I feel like that's one reason that people really, really look at you. It's with admiration. Now I want to get into the Carolyn Mace cards. All right, so Spirit, why are people staring at my pile too? What is it about their aura, their looks, their personality? All right, this one is calling out to me. Beggar. Interesting. What's this one? Seeker. And this one, the Hermit. Okay, people, maybe in the past you were like somebody who stayed to yourself or stayed inside or sought solitude. And now it's like you're ready to get out of the house. You're ready to go out, show everybody your glow up, who you are. And it's like, I see you as being unafraid. But for some of you in the past, maybe you suffered from some kind of like anxiety about going out in public or socializing. That could very well be, because I'm really picking up on that strongly, that could have been a real struggle for some of you. But like spirituality has helped you, also been a key for you. The fact that we've got seeker here, it's like people notice this. That's part of your glow up, is like you went from maybe being somebody who was more isolated or shy to being somebody who now you speak your mind. Wow. You have really transformed. No wonder we got all these butterflies here. Oh my gosh, I have chills all over. I love it when Spirit does this. You got the transformation from like who you used to be into this beautiful person that you are now. Beggar. In the light attributes, the beggar confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Wow. I feel like your self-esteem has improved, and you're even the way you're walking and conducting yourself in public is like noticeable. I feel like this is another reason why people are staring at you, because you do have kind of like a confidence about you and a self-assuredness, because you're on a journey, and it's like a journey into yourself, and you know who the hell you are now. It's like I'm hearing celebration. Spirit is saying that word in my ear, like celebration. You can really celebrate who you are, and other people are celebrating you too. And it's just a beautiful energy. It almost makes me like want to tear up for you, because I'm so happy to see what a strong person you are, or what a strong person you've become, and you've really been able to do this like by yourself. Basically, you were the one that started this. You were the one that initiated this. And I feel like the universe is helping you. Maybe you even have some good friends or some supportive family members. Even if it's one or two people, it's something that is like a foundation. It's somebody you can really lean on. And I feel like this person or these people, I feel like there's like been at least one or two that have been really supportive in your transformation. And this just makes me happy. But basically, you were the one that did this cataclysmic kind of change. You were the one that initiated this, because you wanted change, and you had the thirst for knowledge and for something, for betterment. I'm hearing for self betterment, and you wanted to seek the wisdom to give you the knowledge and the wisdom to kind of propel you forward and elevate you. And I think that is beautiful and amazing and commendable. So I just want to say that I'm proud of you for this transition you've had, and it is a beautiful thing, and it is causing people to stare at you, and that may be a little bit uncomfortable. I know for some of you, because maybe, you're used to like maybe wanting to like blend in or something like that with the hermit card. But like, people can't help but stare at you, because you're very strong, and you do kind of like emanate the strength and this beauty, and people want to know what is your secret, and how is it that you have become this person, especially if this is some people in your community that have known you for a while. So thank you so much, my pile 2, for this amazing opportunity to read your energy. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and press that like button. That would be very appreciated. And also leave me a comment, because I love to read those, and I will always acknowledge those. And if you'd like to, have a personal reading with me, like I always say, you can find all the information for that in my description box. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, it's never, ever, ever expected, but always appreciated. I'm so excited to move on to pile 3. How are we all doing tonight? How are you all doing? We've got Empress, Emperority, and Hearts to Sounds, Queen Libra. Thanks for the feedback, Queen Libra. Chloe, I'm glad that you enjoyed this and it described you to a T. All right, I'm so excited to start with pile number 3. I have chills. I know this is going to be good. So if you chose Jade and image 3, you are in the right place. We're going to do a deep dive into why do people stare at you lately? What is it about your aura, your looks, just your overall energy that is causing all eyes to be on you? And I understand this, because sometimes I'll go to like the grocery store, or I'll go out somewhere, and like it seems like everyone is staring at me, and it's like, It's very noticeable, and that's basically what prompted this, is that I was thinking, okay, I want to help other people that this is happening to as well, because it can be very, very annoying and it makes you wonder, like, what's going on? Okay. So I'm just going to cleanse the decks. I am using the Carolyn Mace. I'm using the Sacred Destiny. And I'm using the Cosmic Coven. So it'll be a really fun and very in-depth reading. All right. So, Spirit, please be here now with me. Please help me to deliver messages that are clear, concise, and accurate to my Pile 3 collective who chose Pile 3. May these messages resonate. And Spirit, may you please speak through me. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Aw, thanks, High Priestess Empress. That's so sweet. Hi, Kermit Defons. Oh, your son's name is Jade. Oh my goodness. That's so cool. Well, you're in the right place. Wow. Okay. So I always do shuffle until I get like a tingling sensation in my solar plexus or heart chakra area, and then I know that it's time to stop. We've got the 5 of Pentacles, the Star, the Ace of Wands, we've got the 6 of Swords, the Justice, the 10 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, wow, the 8 of Cups, and the 2 of Pentacles. Holy smokes, you guys. You got a lot of swords here. You got swords here, here, here. You got the 5 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. At first glance, these cards look like you've been through a rough time. You know what I mean? Like, it shows you overcoming something hard that you had to walk away from. And it shows you being a star, overcoming this pain with the star, overcoming the pain. So that's very good. That's very good that it shows you very well balanced here. That even though in the past things looked like for you, and this is just kind of reading your energy, things might have been bad for you, or you might have felt kind of left out in the cold, or like maybe bad things kept happening to you for a while. Maybe things are starting to even out with the Justice there. Justice is also Libra energy. People see you as fair, but people stare at you because you're kind of exuding this vibe of like success and really making your dreams come true with the Star. This is why all eyes are on you. You're shining. You are literally exuding rays of light from your heart chakra. And it looks like you healed something traumatic from the past, and it's like you have a new life, or you're ready for a new life, and it shows you leaving something in the past. You have put an end to, I guess, tolerating like negativity or tolerating toxicity or negative behaviors. And with that Star card, it's like, wow, your confidence level has gone up. And it's almost like you don't care if people judge you. Also, people are seeing that you're very attractive with that Ace of Wands. Many people are sexually attracted to you. Wow. it seems like here too, like you're almost like okay if like not everybody likes you. If some people walk away, you're kind of like, yeah, that's okay. Because see, we've got this two of pentacles here by that. And it's like even amid drama, even amidst chaos, like you keep your cool. And I feel like that's one of the reasons people are staring at you is like, how is it that you're keeping your cool? You're not losing your mind or your I wanted to say you're not losing your shit. You're keeping calm, okay? And you're treating yourself very well here with that star energy. It really tells me that people are staring at you because they want to know. Some people might even think that you have kind of like this newfound confidence or arrogance, or like it's not really an arrogance, but like some people who don't know you may think that like you're almost like too confident, or like I'm seeing like movie star quality here. They may think like, okay, who is this person? With the star there, it's like you're coming out of such a dark place with all these swords, and this card here, that's about being defensive, and you're becoming the star and very attractive. So with that, it's like a huge physical glow up and a huge boost in your confidence, which sometimes people might look at you and be like, they see attitude, you know. And it may intimidate people who are not at your level. Okay. So people see that you may be manifesting things, you're becoming super powerful. I feel like people think they look at you and they may wonder like that they may think that you spend like a lot of money on your physical appearance, like your nails or your hair. They may make these assumptions about you because you look good. And you know you look good too. That's the thing, is like you know that you're looking better and better. And you're not tolerating like rudeness, rude comments, rude behavior. You're simply like getting away from that. You're not afraid to like almost like fight people off or totally like ignore people that, you know, or like cut cords with people like that or cut ties with negative people like that. I'm getting real Empress energy or like Queen energy here. Even if you are a man watching this, I'm getting like Queen energy. Like you got some fabulosity about you that you got your A game. That's what I was looking for. You bring in your A game. And also it's like if other people aren't bringing their A game to you, you're not going to have anything to do with it because you've tolerated bad things in the past and you've learned your lesson about that. And it's like you're rising out of that, and you know you're like valuing yourself. And that's why people are staring at you, because you're valuing yourself and you've got this uber confidence about you, because it's like coming out of the darkness into the light, looking good, feeling better, just getting away. See how she's in a boat and she's paddling away, and the swords are talking about stressful situations and like negative things, but you're getting away from that and you're coming out of it. And one of the ways that you're doing this is by kind of like showing the world, this is me. You know, this is me. I'm not me. This is not me. I'm not laying down. I'm not crying. I'm not, you know, debilitated. This is me. I'm shining. And like I said, like people are staring at you because you're really shining. Some people, like I said, might be intimidated or think that you're cocky or whatever. It's like, or they may judge you that, you know, you're spending money on yourself. Maybe you're not even spending that much money on yourself. You just look good. But people kind of can assume things. They can assume whatever they want to assume, but you're not tolerating people like that or like any disrespect. It's like people look at you and they know you have high standards. And I feel like too, if like maybe if you live like in a small town, people might have heard rumors or gossip about you that you're cutting people off with this card here. Maybe they heard rumors about that like you cut somebody off, and maybe that's one of the reasons that they're like looking at you, talking about that. But you're on your way to wealth, I'm also seeing, because this is showing here as like being very balanced, and the pentacles just reminds me of like wealth And I feel like you're on your way to it. You might have had some bad luck in the past or financial struggles, but it's like all of that is getting better because you're cutting off like negativity and stuff like that. So it's like if you haven't come into the wealth yet, it's on its way for you. And you will be able to wear luxurious clothing items if you aren't already. But like, you're really shining. You look cute. I'm seeing somebody who looks very sexy, very polished. And that's why, and people look at you because they see like a celebrity status when they look at you or they think you're wealthy. And it's because you're taking good care of yourself because you never want to go back to being treated like trash. You don't want to accept that. So it's like you're treating yourself extra special, which you should. And if you don't have some kind of social media or like platform, people look at you because they almost think you should. They almost look at you like a star, or like the star can be for like celebrity vibes or like kind of like elevated social status. So that's how people are seeing you, and that's why they're staring at you. They seem like you, it's like they think you have a lot of opportunities, or like you may drive a nice car too, and that maybe that's why people stare at you. And also it seems like people like check you out when you're not looking, because spirit kind of like whispered in my ear that a lot of people check you out when you're not looking. Okay. And you may get a lot of people flirting with you because you seem very, very open as a person and very like adventurous. And you don't like old energy. You don't like the old energy. You're like moving on to newness, openness, and I also see you as like being very adventurous. Um, you don't like old energy and being stuck. You're more like, I'm also seeing somebody very trendy, like somebody who stays on top of the latest trends or fashions, because maybe like you stay up to date with like nail trends, or maybe you're like constantly updating your style or something like that, like just staying with the trends or something like that. Um, or at least people look at you like that, like you are staying, they kind of view you like that. And you're over it. You're over any conflict, any people that, want to like be rude to you or anything like that. Like you're just over it. You're looking for happiness now. You're looking for bliss. You're looking to find your own bliss. Um, you're looking for blessings, and blessings are coming to you. Um, you're looking for like maybe the finer things in life. You are going to come into money and success if you haven't yet, because that is definitely coming into your potential. And people are picking up on your potential a lot too. You just don't let difficult things or situations or people make you like, jaded or anything like that. And people are afraid to start drama with you. They know that you can push back. They know that like you have this like feistiness about you, or like you are not some kind of person that's going to lay down and take it, you know? Like people don't want to come at you. They're kind of intimidated to come at you. You know what I mean? So yeah, you also, spirit is kind of telling me that you have a sexy walk. That's why I'm giggling. I'm like, should I say this? I feel like you have a very cat-like way of walking or something like that, or maybe some kind of cute little like wiggle in your walk or something. It's like people watch your backside a lot. That's what spirit is saying. Um and people like just kind of look at you, and they imagine that you have a lot of suitors or a lot of people that like you. But yeah, like they look at you and they're like, is that person famous? Or they should be, or like they might assume that you have some kind of public page. That's how you carry yourself, okay, with confidence. And the confidence is like coming across as very, very noticeable to people. And it's like you had this huge glow up. And I feel like you know that. You had a huge glow up. Whatever it is, you're glowing, you're radiating. Um, You might even be the type of person to dress up to go out and run errands. I know I can be like that too sometimes. Like, I don't want to go anywhere without my eyeliner. I don't want to go anywhere without my lipstick. And I don't want to go anywhere looking like a mess. And so I always, like, when I go out, I always try to look my best. I feel like with you, my pile three, like, you always look nice. And this is one of the reasons people are looking at you, because you always look up, even to go out and run errands, you know? And it's like you're really shining more than you did before, even. And people want to know your secret to this. Like, how are you doing this? How are you looking so good? How did you come out on top of a horrible situation like this to where you are now? And it's like revival energy. It's like, how did you become revived? You know, you're not just laying there taking crap. All right, now I want to get into the Sacred Destiny Oracle cards. Aw, thanks abundantly. You're so sweet. So why are people staring at my pile three? Wow. Pleasure and inner peace. Yep. And openness and embracing. Absolutely. Absolutely, my pile three. So it's like, you know, people are seeing that you're taking pleasure in the finer things in life. You have an inner peace about you that really shines out, and it's like it's emanating from you. It's like it's radiating. This inner peace is radiating to other people. So they see it in like your eyes and your countenance, the way you carry yourself. And you're very open and friendly, and people see this about you too. Like, you might care about how you look, but you're not selfish or self-centered. You're very giving, you're very caring for with other people, and you're very open to other people, very non-judgmental. You embrace life, you go with the flow. This is such a beautiful card with that crane on there. But yeah, it's like you're not afraid of like the finer things in life and taking that path to success. And that is why you're going to get it. You're going to get the success. And if you're seeking, you know, some kind of dream, you are going to have your dreams fulfilled because you're not afraid. You're not going to let things stop you, and you have the confidence and you believe in yourself. And because you're just an overall good person. And I just heard too, like, you have good karma. But you got this inner peace. That's the true gift and beauty, is this inner peace that you have, that you radiate out. Yes, you look like a star. Yes, you look pretty. You look good. But you're also an inner beauty person. You have a lot of inner beauty, is what I mean. And that's most important, I think, in my opinion. It doesn't matter so much what you look like on the outside. What really matters is what you feel on the inside. And people can tell this on the outside. You know, it's like a direct match. Because you have this inner peace now with yourself and a confidence with yourself and a self-assuredness, you're really radiating that out. You are really radiating that outwards. So it doesn't matter what you look like with your physical appearance, but I mean, just as a side note, you do look great. But your inner peace and your inner beauty is what really, really attracts people, because it really gives you like a nice pure aura about you. And that openness makes you such a nice person. Just like, you know, you don't shun people. You take care of yourself, but you're not like a nasty person. You're very open to different cultures. You're probably the type of person that, like, you know, would try different types of like cultural foods, or like if someone offered you a different cultural type of food, you probably would accept it with grace and say, yeah, you know, I'll try that. I'll try it once, you know, and you're not closed-minded, you know. You don't judge people based on their race. You don't judge people based on anything except their hearts and how they act. If they act good with you, if they act nice, you're very accepting. You just don't have a high tolerance for like people that don't act right. And I'm right there with you, and I've had to learn that lesson. And with embracing, it's like you're really embracing life and all it has to offer, and that really is a beautiful thing. Let's go ahead and see about the Carolyn Mace cards and see why else people are staring at you. With these Carolyn Mace cards, you never know what you're going to get. You just never know. There's some interesting cards in here. All right. So, Spirit, why are people staring at my pile 3? This one is really, really jumping out at me. I have chills. Wow. We've got the priest here. Very spiritual. You're very spiritual. So people can tell that about you. It could be just, you're looking very spiritual in your clothing choices. Maybe like symbols. Maybe you like to wear like t-shirts with like, I don't know, spiritual symbols or something. Like something's like some kind of dead giveaway when they just look at you. Even people who don't know you. Like I said, with pile 2, you could have some kind of spiritual tattoo or wear a lot of crystals or jewelry or something that kind of like gives people clues that you might be very like into spirituality or like astrology and that kind of thing. People can just look at you and know that you're into that kind of stuff. So maybe they just assume too that part of your secret to how you've overcome this adversity, this stuff from the past is like you've become a spiritual person with the priest card here. Interesting, because that really denotes a lot of spiritual energy. This one's really jumping out to me too. Alchemist. Yeah, you're really making things happen. And didn't we have the magician too? I feel like we had the magician. Maybe not. But I feel like, yeah, with the alchemist, that always reminds me of the magician. And people are seeing the transformation. Like, I can't even make this up. They're seeing your transformation. So that's a spiritual transformation. That's a soul transformation. That's like you like becoming a whole new version of you from what you were like 5 or 10 years ago even. You know? That's like a total transformation. And people are definitely staring at you and noticing that about you. They do wonder how you were able to overcome all this. This one's kind of jumping out at me too. Mother. All right, if you were drawn to, I think it was pile 1 had this too. You might want to watch that. But yeah, so people see you as like being really open, loving, nurturing, patient as a person. You might even be the type of person that holds doors open for people and people look at you like, wow, you're such a good person. Like the very fact that you smile at strangers, you open doors for people, you're thoughtful, and you'd like to help in any way you can. It's like, that's one of the other reasons people look at you. You're joyful, or at least you come across as that. Very confident, very joyful, but also very thoughtful for other people. And that is a true gift. That is a true gift when you can be as awesome as you are here with the star, but yet also be thinking about other people. That is true beauty. So I do want to just acknowledge that about you, my pile 3, and what a rare gem you are. And I'm proud of you for overcoming the adversity and for being a gift to the world, for bringing your best self forward and for being there for yourself and for being there for others. So thank you for that. Well, pile 3, this has been so much fun and I hope that you enjoyed. And if you did, please like and comment and subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you be part of my YouTube family. And if you'd like a personal reading, do be sure to check out my description box below for information on how to obtain a personal reading with me. And if you'd like to donate to my channel, it's never ever expected, but always appreciated. And so there's information on how to do that in my description box. Thank you all so much for being here. I want to check the chat box to see the comments and see how y'all are doing. Hi, She Wolf Chelsea. Hi, Mac K, Claudia Padilla. I'm so glad that you all are here. This was so much fun. I agree, Wolfgang. Felix, this was so much fun. And Spirit really came through for us tonight. So I feel very blessed. Very, very blessed. Um, so thank you, Spirit. And thank you, all of you, for being here. Thank you, She Wolf Chelsea. I love you all. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe and stay beautiful. Bye.